everyone, I'm Kelly D, and you know I love my fruits and vegetables. The highest nutritional content you can get from any fruit or vegetable is if you eat it in its natural state, which is right off the tree or right off the vine. But you can also get fruits or vegetables with a high nutritional content if you apply some heat to it. Well, today we're going to do just that. We're going to make apple tempura. And a tempura is a Japanese batter used with cold water. We're going to use this to make this amazing Caribbean Japanese dessert. We're going to use apple tempura with regular Barbadian ice cream. So let's go over the ingredients. We have 3 English apples. I'm using the red ones, but if you have the green ones, you can also use those. And for our tempura batter, we're going to use 1 cup of all-purpose flour, half tablespoon of cornstarch. We're going to use 1 egg, and you must have cold water. It must be extremely cold. Now we only use 1 cup of cold water. I have 2 cups here, but we're only going to use 1 cup of cold water. We have 1 tablespoon of cinnamon for our garnish at the end, just for decorating, and oil for frying.
We're going to go ahead and cut the apple now. We're going to try to do it as evenly as possible, about 1/2 inch deep. And once we would have cut the apple, we would have cut them all. We're going to now remove all of the seeds. You're going to see some little black seeds in the middle of the apple. We're going to remove all of the seeds, and the apple should look something like this, a beautiful star in the middle. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut all of the rest of them, and then I'll show you the next step.
All right, this is the last one. Our apples are now complete. Now we're going to prepare to make our batter. Now to prepare our batter, we're going to get the egg, and then we're going to add 1 cup of cold water. Remember, the water must be as cold as possible, so we don't want the ice in it. We just want 1 cup of cold water. We're going to add it to our egg, and then we're going to whisk. It should be a nice pale color. We have slight bubbles coming around it. And once you see a nice pale yellow color and it's still nice and cold, we're going to add our flour and our cornstarch. Now we're going to whisk until we get a smooth consistency. You know, you can get some lumps sometimes with the flour. We don't want that. So we're going to whisk until we get it nice and smooth. And you feel the temperature of the bowl, it's still cold, which is a major characteristic of a tempura. It must be cold. Now we're going to prepare our oil for frying. Because we're going to be deep frying, I'm going to use a wok. You can use a deep pan if you have that. And we're going to allow it to get hot for about a minute or so, because it must be very hot before we start to fry. Now while our oil is getting hot, we're going to just dip all of our apples into our tempura batter. Totally submerge them in the batter. They must be totally covered. And then we're going to get ready to fry. Now one way you can test to be sure that the oil is hot enough, we're going to just throw a drizzle of the tempura batter into the pan. It should sink to the bottom, and then it should rise quickly. If it hasn't risen quickly enough, then it's not ready. I can see it still hasn't risen as quickly as I would like, so I'm going to give it another 30 seconds and allow it to get hot. Then we're going to add our apples. Okay, we have tested them a couple of times and they are now ready. So we're going to just make sure they are totally submerged in the batter. Then we're going to drop our apples into the hot pan and allow them to get a nice crust. It'll take about 2 or 3 minutes, and then we'll take them out. apple tempura is now done. Just look at it. I could eat this right now. You can still identify that it is apple, but the batter on the outside still maintains the integrity of the apple, and it smells amazing. I would have drizzled some additional batter all over the pan, as you would have seen, and this helps to create the crust that you're going to see on the apple. Now it's time to taste it, and I can't wait to taste this amazing dessert. We're going to plate it with some of my favorite ice cream. The ice cream is soft and the tempura apple is hard, so we're playing with textures here. You're going to see, and once this is done, we're going to just add, drizzle some of this cinnamon all over the apple. This is a popular dessert in Japan, and using our Bajan ice cream, it becomes a popular Caribbean dessert. A beautiful fusion of Barbadian or Caribbean and Japanese cuisine. Now it's time to taste. Time to taste. So I'm going to get a bit of the apple tempura and the ice cream. And the cinnamon has just added such an incredible aroma. A nice soft crunch. Apple tempura with ice cream. Now you need to try it. Now if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and check out my other videos over here with some other amazing desserts. And once you have done that, you can just click the button below so you can subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you are notified every time I post a video. And remember, please leave me a comment. I absolutely love hearing from you.